Good morning to you, Michelle. Good morning to you at home. It is, in fact, 8 o'clock on the nose as we take a full look at the stories making headlines on this Thursday morning. And we begin overseas in France. And as the manhunt continues for suspects in yesterday's deadly attack on a French newspaper, police are reeling over the loss of another one of their own. A police officer was shot as she took part in a routine traffic stop in Paris. A street sweeper was also seriously injured. The suspect in this shooting is still on the loose at this hour. However, the French Interior Minister is cautioning against jumping to any conclusions about whether this attack is linked to the assault on the newspaper. Meanwhile, tensions remain high as the search continues for those two heavily armed brothers. Police are concerned that Sharif and Saeed Kouachi could strike again after they allegedly killed 12 people at the Charlie Hebdo newspaper offices. A manhunt led to several arrests overnight, but none were the brothers. Well, police did swarm a gas station this morning where they were reportedly spotted, but no news out of there. A third suspect, 18-year-old Murad Hamid, turned himself into police. And thousands of people gathered for vigils across France to honor victims of the attack. They also made it clear that they will not be intimidated and that their free speech will never be silenced. Protesters showing defiance and grief by holding up signs and waving pens to denounce the attack. Here at home, a momentary lapse in judgment is all it took for one mother's worst nightmare to come true. Police say the woman left her baby girl alone in the back seat of an unlocked idling car Wednesday as she ran into a nearby business. Police were moments away from issuing an Amber Alert when that same stolen vehicle drove past the scene. Police arrested a 31-year-old man following a short-foot pursuit. A first court appearance for a man charged in a vicious assault on a young girl west of our city. James Clifford Paul making his first appearance in Stony Plain Wednesday. He's the man accused of violently assaulting a 6-year-old girl just days before Christmas. Some members of the Paul First Nation were on hand for the appearance, and they say the community is still reeling.
We're starting to feel a little bit better. Not as many tears, lots of prayers, a lot of community prayers going on and community support, and we're starting to accept what's happened.
The little girl continues to recover at the Stollery Children's Hospital. Meanwhile, the case has been put over until next Wednesday. The legislature remains dark, but the political debate over gay-straight alliances continues. Dr. Christopher Wells wants Catholic school leaders to end their silence on GSAs. He's reaching out to all trustees across Alberta. One Edmonton trustee, Patricia Grell, was a vocal advocate in favor of the issue. That is until Wells says the Archbishop told her to stop talking. He says that violates freedom of speech.
We released data from a Leger research poll that shows the majority of Catholics in Alberta are in favor of supporting gay-straight alliances, and yet our trustees are not speaking on their behalf. And we're really encouraging the trustees through this letter to do their job as elected officials.
The City News reached out to both the Edmonton and provincial trustee boards, but neither was available for comment. We'll talk about bringing a whole new dimension to real estate. A new tool is offering up a different perspective for people looking into homes in our province. Matthew Walks has that story.
Just this week, the Realtors Association of Edmonton showed sales up 11% from last year. But despite these positive numbers, Jesse Tutz says the real estate industry hasn't done enough to grow with the times.
Today, when people are shopping on MLS, they go and they'll see generally 5 to 10 pictures, and pictures don't provide the true value that a home offers.
The Red Deer native saw an opportunity. He's using 3D scanning, which takes pictures and depth measurements, similar to how a bat uses sonar.
What happens is it sends the infrared signal out into the room, and then the bounce back tells the software how deep the actual room is.
The data is paired with pictures to create a full 3D environment. Tut opened his doors to 3D scan experts in November. He's used the new technology to give Edmontonians a glimpse into how the other half lives.
It is a $5.4 million property. It is 6,700 square feet on the main floor with a walkout basement, so it's approximately 12,000 square feet in total.
Ryan lists these high-end properties to international clients.
You can imagine that you're living in another country. With the 3D imaging, the entire family can virtually walk through the home and explore the flow of the layout, the depth of the rooms, the lighting, and the decor.
And if multi-million-dollar homes aren't your thing, Tut stopped by to scan the BT studios.
We take the scanner, find a space that we want to start with that makes sense, and this one's just fine. Now what happens is we go through and the actual scanner will completely do a full 360. And so right now it's literally creating a full model of the depth of the entire room.
3D Scan Experts currently has 5 employees scattered across the province. Tut's hoping to expand his business and his clientele. One day he hopes to scan larger buildings like museums and even City Hall. To take a 3D tour of the BT studios, head on over to btedmonton.ca. Matthew Walks, City News.
Very cool stuff. Well, a new initiative is rewarding those clearing snow for a neighbor in need. Well, it's not always an easy task for your older neighbors to shovel that white stuff. The city's snow angels then are teaming up with the Oil Kings to get that job done. All nominated snow angels will receive tickets to an Oil Kings game, while the first 10 Edmonton classrooms that get involved will get a pizza party.
It's good to help because it brings a warm feeling inside.
It's fun to shovel snow. I like to shovel snow, and I like to help out the community and those people who can't go out to shovel snow.
You can nominate your snow angel by calling the city or visiting their website.